Preview. 30 Best Female Naruto Characters Most Popular Girls in the Anime Series. Naruto, an anime that everyone and their mothers have watched. I don't think that's any need for an introduction or explanation on why this show is incredible. However, we do need a place where we shed some light on the female cast of the show. Yup, I believe that a fine female cast can make the anime go from good to great. And that is one of the key features of Naruto as well, so why not look at a few of them today and appreciate their presence. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the top 30 best female characters in Naruto. These are some of the most captivating characters in the entire series, and I know you will enjoy reading about them quite a lot. So grab your kunai, lay down on your couch, and let's dive deep into this realm. I hope you enjoy it. Hinata Hyuga, yep, this one shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone who watched the Naruto series. Without a doubt, the best girl in the show, the queen herself, Hinata Hyuga. And to mention the reason why she is so good, I would say it is contribution that she offers to the overall series that makes her so special. Her presence in the Pain Invasion arc, and more importantly, her presence in Naruto's life, is what makes her so good. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, Hinata Hyuga is starring this list. She is a role model for all the singles out there who wish to see someone like her. Sakura Haruno, the lead character from the squad, the constant part of the original Team 7. Yes, you guessed it correctly, it's Sakura Haruno. Sakura was part of the first Team 7 and also the last Team 7 despite having such conflicting opinions on her. There's no denying that her presence was considerable for sure. The fact that she was one of the main characters really helped her out in order to boost her character in meme. That's what made the rank so high on this list, and that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we all should look at Sakura with dignity. Tsunade 106. If there's anything that number signifies, it's Tsunade. This woman right here is beyond incredible when it comes to strength and abilities. I mean, what else can you expect from the legendary Sannin after all? But apart from her status, she is also pretty hot and is known by many as the most gorgeous woman in the entire show. So when you have amazing abilities, Hokage status, and top tier beauty under your belt, I think you can understand why people will like you so much, and that's the reason she is standing here as well. Temari, another no surprise for anyone. I remember back when I first watched the epic Temari vs Shikamaru fight and hoped to ship them both. But when the ships turned out to be true, I felt like the creators were listening to me. Anyway, when it comes to her individuality, she is quite a female mainly because of how strong she was back in the day. And even in Naruto Shippuden, her presence as a shinobi was quite remarkable, making her one of the best female characters in the show. Although if you look at her as your waifu, then reconsider, because keeping her as your waifu can be quite a drag. Conan, you know she is incredible when she is the only female character in an organization of lethal males. Conan was the only woman who was capable enough to be a part of the Akatsuki group, and that is an incredible feat if you ask me. After all, who else do you remember to be as strong as Conan? Her control on paper is more than enough to give you 100s of paper cuts in a second. So make sure that you have a lot of scissors around while you are trying to mess with her. Her character arc was also quite interesting, which is always another plus, and that's why she is here. Kushina Uzumaki. For many of us, Kushina was absolute. She was a beautiful woman who gave birth to our hero Naruto, and it was her surname that first sparked attention in our head, a popping exclamation mark. Apart from being beautiful and outgoing, she was also strong and talented. As a female character in the show, she never serves a fan service material. Instead, she stands as a woman with dignity, an incredible husband, and a complete family. And that's what makes her as close to reality as she was. Many of us hope to have lives like her. 1010. Tenten, a name that many of the original Naruto fans might remember. During the initial season, the waifu options were quite limited. You would only have characters like Sakura, Hinata, Ino, and Tenten, and back then, since they were all new, the only factor of judgment was the beauty. And I believe that many of you guys selected Tenten quite often, and this comes as no surprise, since she was quite beautiful. However, as the story progresses, she didn't get enough screen time, and Tenten's reign died very quickly. But you know what they say, right? Don't cry because it ended, smile because it happened. Ino Yamanaka, when it comes to sheer beauty, there's no doubt that Ino is a woman who deserves her own prestige. Even when she first appeared, even today, Ino Yamanaka is a beauty queen, and I don't care what you say with respect to that. She's just gorgeous, however, beauty isn't the only thing she has to bring to the table. Oh no, my friends, instead, she is the one of the most capable shinobis in the entire series. Her contribution in the war was just so impressive as one of the original Konoha team members, and that's why people love her so very much. Rin Nohara, the one who started it all, although being as pure as she was, it was never her intention. Rin Nohara is one of the side characters in the anime, however, when you trace back the motives of a few characters, she turns out to be quite an important individual. I would say that her beautiful nature was so influential that anyone will be willing to do anything to bring her back to this realm. She didn't deserve what she got, and the aftermath of her accident paved room for a lot of actions to come. However, for all of us, that meant a lot of entertainment, and that is why she is so special. Anko Mitarashi, back when she first appeared, I was flattered. Oh boy, she was quite a mess when she showed up and taught during the tuning exams. Initially, we might have disregarded her as an overly happy character, however, soon enough, we get to see her experience in action come into play. And that was quite a feat if you ask me. She was strong, clever, and had a rich background with a legendary Sannin. And with all these things working in her favor, Anko had a life that quite a few of us would like to enjoy, and her skills are something all of us would like to enjoy. Hanabi Hyuga is the sister Hyuga, ladies and gentlemen, I won't lie. I was kinda missing her just as because she doesn't get enough screen time in the anime anymore. And we all know what happens when a character doesn't get enough screen time. Cough, 10 cough. So yeah, I hope she is brought to the screen more frequently, especially in Boruto. As for Naruto, she didn't contribute much, but whatever works, man. It is thought to stand out when you have to compete with hundreds of characters, including your own sister. And that is why Hanabi Hyuga is here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have appreciation in your house. Karen, Sasuke simp, that is how many of us would describe Karen. And while yes, her admiration and simping for Sasuke first show up in the series, it wasn't the only feature she had to offer. As a shinobi, she was quite something for being able to compete against our main cast, and her personality is captivating for many of us. Her red hair brings a lot of attention and resembles the Kushina Uzumaki, and that is a feature I believe stands out a lot for this character. All in all, a great side character for the franchise, and that's why she is here. Mei Terumi, a name that many Naruto fans love, mainly because of how qualitative she is, not only in terms of skill but also in terms of beauty. Back in the day, when she first appeared in the series, everyone had eyes on her. And why shouldn't they? After all, she was the fifth Mizukage and her prowess was something we worry about. She was speedy and her strength was brilliant, making her a strong candidate for this post that she holds. We don't have great info on her backstory, however, we do know that as a person she was quite attractive, and that's why she is here. Kagaya Otsutsuki. I would call Kagaya Otsutsuki a goddess who created it all. And if you have watched the entire Naruto series, you'll realize that this sentence holds value in itself. Kagaya is, without a doubt, one of the most important characters in the entire series. If you haven't reached her part yet, then that's one thing. However, if you have watched her backstory, you will realize how crucial she is not only as a character, but also as a name. It was her presence that influenced all the events in the anime, including the creations and destructions in the shinobi world. For someone of her caliber, this spot seems quite fitting, if you ask me. Tayuya, remember the Sound 4? Yeah, she is from there. Tayuya is one of the members of the Sound 4 team, and as a shinobi, she belongs to Autogakure. As a character, she was quite strong back when she first appeared, and fun fact, she was the only female member in the Sound 4 group. Being one of Achimuru's elite bodyguards, you could have expected some incredible performance from her. And I think we can all agree that she did fulfill her role. She was quite full-mouthed and bad-tempered for sure. However, as a villain, she did her job very well. Yuhi Kurenai, how many of you thought that she was an Uchiha looking at her red eyes? Yes, me too, but I guess she herself thought that she was a part of the Uchiha. Otherwise, how would anyone have the courage to bring Itachi under Genjutsu? Anyway, when it comes to appearance, Kurenai was quite sober. She had a little bit of femininity, a little bit of masculinity, and a lot of strength. Being a Junin and a teacher, her skills were amazing and contributions were significant in the later parts of the show. If we talk about beauty, that's an attribute where she performs the best, and that's why she is here. Gurren, not gonna lie, I'm not really a fan of her design. I mean, the spiky hair and the color and her overall facial expression. It just doesn't give me the waifu vibes. However, now that I have said that, I believe quite a lot of you might end up attacking me. Anyways, she was one of the members of Otogakure and stood as the leader of the group, which was supposed to be Orochimaru's subordinates. You know you're quite an important person when you stand at such a high stature in the show, and that's why Gurren deserves to be on this list. Weebs. Makoto Uchiha, the woman who did not deserve what she received. Makoto Uchiha, if you guys don't know, was the mother of Sasuke and Itachi Uchiha. Oh yeah, that's how crucial she was. Being in the background, she was never brought into the limelight, as the show mostly focused on her sons. However, as an individual, she was quite impressive. Fun fact, it is said that Mikoto Uchiha was a great friend of Kushina Uzumaki, which makes Naruto and Sasuke's relationship feel like it was destined to happen. Chio, I feel that if I were to compare Chio with any other anime character I know, I will say she resembles the emerging girl from My Hero Academia a lot. Anyway, she was a renowned counselor in the lands of Sunagakure, and it is said that people respected her so much that we can't even fathom it. She was a famed puppeteer which made a bigger group her fan, and as the series progresses, she becomes an amazing medical ninja as well. If you ask me, that's quite a lot of skills to add to your resume, and that's why Chio deserves more recognition. Fu, many of you will witness Naruto within her, and I don't blame you at all. After all, those orange eyes do hold a lot of meaning. Fu is one of the side characters in the realm of Naruto. However, unlike other females, she is something that closely resembles the main character, Jinchuriki. Yep, she is a Jinchuriki of the Seven Tails, which makes her even more important. In terms of region of origin, she is from Takigakure, and her appearance is quite attractive if you ask me. All in all, Fu is a great girl that you will enjoy watching on your screen. Ruka is one of the reincarnated shinobis and was part of the group led by Manga. She was a girl of value as she promised Manga to protect him no matter what. As a character, Ruka might not see much, however, as the show progresses, things take some unforeseen turns, and soon enough we get to see an unexpected version of this woman here. In terms of appearance, she isn't anything outstanding, however, she does balance very well with the style of the Naruto franchise. Shizune, you might remember her as the attendant of the 5th Hokage. However, as the show progressed, the relationship was way more than just attendant and Hokage. It grew stronger and better, with both of these characters having their way together. Shizune is a light-hearted individual who followed Tsunade as an apprentice. She is the niece of Dan and so has a strong connection to the man and therefore Tsunade herself. Overall, she is quite an important character in the series and her services are quite solid. Ayame, we love the Ichiraku ramen shop, therefore we must also love this beautiful lady right here, Ayame. She is a citizen of Konoha who works at the restaurant. Who restaurant, you may ask? Well, she works at the Ichiraku ramen shop, and this shop is essentially her father's house. She isn't anything remarkable, however, she was one of the humans who treated Naruto well, and that's why he feels like a human, a kind and beautiful woman that anyone would love to have. Yugito ni. Oh boy, another strong Jinchuriki had arrived on the list. Weebs, allow me to introduce you to Yugito ni. She is a ninja from the Kumugakure village whose looks are quite something. Moreover, within the show, she became the Jinchuriki of the two-tailed beast right off the bat. Like she really became one at the age of 2, and that's how you know that the character is quite something. The life of Jinchuriki is nothing to feel privileged of. It is quite rough, and Yugito ni is a great example of it. Izumi Uchiha, this beautiful girl, was none other than Itachi's girlfriend. However, since Itachi did what he did, Izumi experienced a complete life, an infinite Tsukuyomi, and that is what I call amazing, because being able to live a happy life without actually living it is quite a feat if you ask me. As for how her life goes, well, she just had a bright future with Itachi, and their wishes come true. As basic as it sounds, these were a part of Izumi's childhood, and that's why she's here on this list. Kurotsuchi, you know she's havoc when she calls the Dera brother. Well, that's who Kurotsuchi is. She's one of the female characters who escorted the Tsuchikage. In fact, she's not alone in the task. She is also acquainted with Akatsuchi who help in the same. As said earlier, she calls the Akatsuki member Didera Nisan, which in Japanese means brother. However, she might be doing it to portray respect, or maybe they're a family, who knows. Mito Uzumaki. Initially, this might seem like a memorable name considering that there aren't a lot of Uzumakis in the show. I mean, Uchihas are so much more than them, right? Anyway, Mito is a ninja whose birth took place from Uzushigakure's Uzumaki clan. However, soon enough she married the Sanju clan and a new race of Uzumaki clan was born. As for her special status, she was the first Jinchuriki of Kurama, so you can say that it was her who started the Kurama possession train. Well, that explains a lot, doesn't it? Naoru Uchiha has a cool backstory supporting her presence in the anime. Now I won't reveal too much in case you haven't watched her. However, in the grand scheme of things, she was in love with a Izanagi and later on became a user of Izanami. And that is what made her stand out so much. Moreover, her purple hair was a standout and her overall appearance was a bit different than most Uchiha you will encounter. All in all, a decent character with some unique traits to offer, quite worthy if you ask me. Samui, wow, it's such a surprise to see a student of Killer Bee, the Killer Bee that beats the heck out of other people. Well, that's something interesting, right? She is the leader of Team Samui, and that is the reason why she stands as a very strong shinobi. Her appearance is quite attractive as well. Her blonder hair with a Tsunade-like appearance is definitely eye-catching, and her personality, well, that's another story. She is quite a cold individual, and it might make sense that her name translates to cold in Japanese. Well, that's a detail. Sasama Funa, the head of the Fuma clan, is here. Weebs, she is none other than Sasama. She was the one responsible for the development of the Fuma clan when Orochimaru first approached them. Her land was known as the land of rice paddies. Her meeting with our boy Naruto happened when Naruto, Sakura, and Jiraiya first went to the rice paddies in search of Sasuke and Orochimaru. In terms of appearance, she is quite minimalist, nothing extreme but just a simple design, and I see it as a plus now. So there you have it. These are the top 30 best female Naruto characters. I hope you had a fun time watching this video and found at least one new waifu in here. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, sayonara. Follow and share.